Yo, what's up guys, Shadi here, and welcome to GPC Season 5 Week 4. This week we're up against Domsgameroom and his Richmond Rayquazas. But before we get into that, let's talk about a thing that happened. There was a transfer period after Week 3, which is, after every 3 weeks there's a transfer period in the GPC. A lot of things happened, but I only made one transfer because I realized that there was a mistake while drafting, and I paid one more point for dodging than I had to. Don't know if I made that mistake or someone else did. Doesn't really matter in the long run. But so I had one leftover point, so I dropped my choke and picked up Torkoal, which is nice. I didn't get that in PPL because Shroom was a fucking cunt and sniped it from me. So yeah, Torkoal gives me a rapid spinner, gives me more fat, it gives me another stealth rocker, which I have a bunch of, and it gives me a fire type, which I didn't have yet. So that's pretty neat. It's a 2-point one. It's not gonna do huge things usually, but as that. So let's get into my opponent's team this week. Dom over here, he has the Richmond Rayquazas. He has Scolipede, Lando T, Slowking, Megaladios, Cobalion, Porygon 2, Blaziken, Aromatisse, and Magneton. Now I have to say, when I prepped for this for his team, I completely missed the fact that he made any transfers, because I copied his team before transfers, put it on my team building sheet, and just work with that. And I kind of forgot that I should probably look at the changes he made. So right before the game happened, I was like, wait a second, let's look at his team again. Did he make any transfers? Because I was gonna change some things around on my team that I had for the team for the game when I got home. So yeah, I looked at the sheet and was like, oh, he made transfers. Fuck. So I prepped for a slightly different team, which I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but know that he didn't have P2 and he didn't have Magneton. I think that's about it. I think that is it. Yeah, those are the only two he didn't have. He had Manibuzz and something else, Rodent Frost Ariados, I think, something along those lines before. So that's a little bit annoying. But I made changes to the team, and yeah, let's just look at the team that I'm bringing this week. Things to note: Froslass is a fuck ton. Mons walls a lot. So let's just get into the team. This is the wrong team. Shit. I'm gonna edit that out, or at least, cover it up or something, because that was for next week. So, I'm professional. So, as you can see, the first one we're bringing is Felicia the Froslass, and if you get that nickname, then you're cool. It's a Fire Emblem reference, and I think that's a really good name. I'm proud of it. Not really. Regard much thinking. So, we're bringing a Choice Specs Froslass. That is some fucking fun. Some fucking fun? Yeah, sure. Let's roll with that. So, yeah, Curse Body, because I don't have Hail, so why run the other thing? Ice Body, whatever it is. Yeah. So, Rock and Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Switcheroo, and Ice Shard, just max, because he has Megaladios, so I want to speed type with that if necessary. And yeah, why Froslass? Because it does a lot to his team. The only things that he has that can switch into this are a especially bulky Aromatisse and P2. So I can switch through both of those, getting his specs on P2. Make it pretty strong, but it will also make it not bulky and not able to recover reliably. Same thing goes for Aromatisse, and like specs, Moonblast is still not going to do anything to Jirachi, so we good. Ice Shard is just there for some safety against Lando T, and just general priority if something gets a little out of hand, like a Focus Sash, Scolipede or something. I have priority, and I can be fine against that thing, or Sash Blazing, things like that. Just nice to have. Got a little bit of priority. I also didn't need anything else at all. So, yeah, if you just want to look at his team, which should be on screen still, nothing takes the hits well. It's great. I think Fizz Aromatisse gets 2 killed by Ice Beam off the rocks. I know Life Orb does a good chunk, but I don't think Specs actually 2 kills. So I need some 2 damage on that if he brings it. I had Life Orb initially with like Psychic to hit Blazing a little harder, then I changed it to Life Orb with Fake Tears when I realized that he had P2. So I was like, hey, Froslass can't boost itself, let's just run fucking Fake Tears. Then I did Calcs, and -2 P2 still doesn't get 2 killed by Life Orb Ice Beam, which is very sad if he's to send a bulky spread. So I decided let's just go Specs Switcheroo. I don't mind not being able to switch up my moves too much, because I can just kind of spam Shadow Ball, like nothing but Shadow Ball out of P2, and that's the thing I want to trick, or Switcheroo, so that's fine. So Frost is going to be a huge win con this week, hopefully. Very fast and decently strong because it has specs. It's a really weak Pokemon, but specs are cool. So Next up, the other thing I mentioned in team analysis, that's Cassandra, Disarmaments, Leftovers, Intimidate, Dragon Pulse, Froslass, Toxic, and Ruse, just physically defensive with 8 in special defense. The thing is just so good against this team. It hard walls Scolipede, it walls Lando T if he's not a special variant with HP Ice or anything of the sort. It walls Cobalion if again it's not a special variant with HP Ice. It walls Blaziken if it's not a special variant with HP Ice. So he brings any of those things just fully physical, Men's walls it. If he brings all of those fully physical, Men's walls 4 Pokemon. And that's amazing. Dragon Pulse is a good, stab move to hit click against his team. It does a good chunk to Lando T and other things. Froslass 40 Magneton and mainly the Cobalion. Toxic to hit things like P2 on a switch. And Slowking as well. Potentially Romatease and Lando T, Romatease, P2, Slowking are the main goals, of course. Or main targets, rather. That was kind of German. Not really at all, actually. Languages, okay? And then we have Roost, of course, for recovery. Pretty self-explanatory. So, Mega Latios is, of course, a massive threat because the Mega Latios is stupidly good Pokemon. So, as been counted, it's going to be Tien, Liderachi with the Chesto Berry, Serene Grace, Air Stability, Iron Head, U-Turn, T-Wave, and Rest. Just fully special defensive so I can take on the Mega Latios as well as possible. So, why do I have Rest or Chesto? Because I wanted 3 other moves and I wanted recovery, so I didn't want to run Wish without Protect this week, honestly, because this team can pressure Liderachi decently. So figured, fuck it, Resto fucking Chesto, why not? Because I get immediate recovery. I only use one move slot. Item wasn't too necessary. Didn't need like a berry for Mega Latios or anything of the sort. So that's all fine. U-turn. I had Play Rough over Iron Head, and then he picked up P2 and was like, okay. If everything against P2 goes to shit, I don't know why or how, but I can still T-Wave it, I can Iron Head flinch it. Simple as that. Not gonna happen. Like, I think my team is well enough equipped against P2, but, might as well. Also, Iron Head is just decent move against his team outside of Slowking, and Cobalion, and a Blazing, and Magneton. But I can T-Wave the Blazing, I can T-Wave the Cobalion, and I needed something else that can deal with the Romatease, because Romatease was looking a little bit problematic for the team, so I figured I definitely, absolutely 100% needed Iron Head. That's the main reason. I just kind of thought of the P2 reason first, but yeah, the Romatease was the main problem. U-turn for initiative, simple as that, just to get into my hard hitters and whatnot. And yeah, next up we have Yuhufna de Kelio, and you might be thinking, Shoddy, he has a Slowking and Mega Latios. Why are you bringing this fucker? Because he's still fucking good. Life Orb, Justified as ability, Scald, Hydro Pump, Hidden Power, Dark, and Secret Sword. Just max because he has Cobalion. I want to potentially speed that with that thing. And this is what I said I changed after I saw P2. I had Icy Wind over Secret Sword because I had literally no reason to run Secret Sword. So it's like, hey, Icy Wind to slow things down could be nice. So yeah, I changed to Secret Sword. And I also had Specs before, now Life Orb. Life Orb, Hidden Power Dark does a lot to Mega Latios and Slowking depending on their spreads. If they're not special defensive, they're going to take a massive fuck ton, especially if you get a Sculpin on them, have up rocks, then they're no longer switching. So that's nice. Yeah, Kelly is just fucking strong. Getting Sculpins on Latios and Slowking is also really, really nice because they're both fairly annoying, and Mega Latios is of course a huge threat. So yeah, I don't think he's going to want to get the thing burned. It's probably going to be Slowking as his switch-in. So Kelly just puts in a lot of work against the team because nothing else really wants to take a Life Orb, Scald, or Hydro Pump. So that's pretty nifty. Hidden Power Dark is just, it hits both super effectively and doesn't lower my AVs. It's simple as that. I Hidden Power Bug first in Artilleries. I'm a fucking idiot. So yeah. Next up is another Pokemon I changed. I had Mega Latios first, but when he got P2, I had to change that. He didn't have Mana Buzz anymore, so I didn't need Mega Latios, so I have Golurk. Expert Belt, No Guard, Stealth Rock, Divine Punch, Earthquake, and Ice Punch. Enough speed to outspeed P2 by a few points, just in case he runs some speed on that thing. Max attack Adamant, so I can hit hard as fuck, boy. And just get up rocks with a nice bulk investment. This gives me a good check to Magneton. He cannot freely click Volt Switch against my team because Golurk is a threat. It always is. A 124 attack is not anything to mess around with. Divine Punch with the Expert Belt has a depends on P2 spread. If he's fully split up, I 2-hit KO him. If he is like the mixed standard spread, I have a good chance of 2-hit KOing him. If we get off the Toxic, which I plan to get off, if we get off rocks, if he hits himself or something like that, then that's also gonna be nice. I probably should have had a different fighting move, but I was pressed for time, so I just put on Diamond Punch because I'm bad. Pretty much that's it. I don't think Iron Fist Drain Punch. No, Iron Fist Drain Punch is like I don't know, the math. I'm not gonna do math right now. It's almost midnight. Fuck you. Yeah, Ice Punch for Lando T and Megaladios, Earthquake for Stab, and Dragon Punch for P2. So there's another thing I can deal with P2 relatively effectively. At least keep it low. If he's fully Fizz Def, I can definitely keep it low with Dynamic Punches, because it's gonna do a good chunk. Unless he's fucking Defense Coil P2, that could be bad. So yeah, last but not least, I need hazard removal this week. I felt like just because Mens was so important, Froslass was so important, I need something else that can check the Megaladios, Pursuit Trap, and potentially save him Slowking, because that just means Keldeo does so much work if those two are gone. This gives me another thing I can deal with Rayquazas, and of course Skuntank does all of those things with the Black Sludge Aftermath, Pursuit, Sucker Punch, Defog, Poison Jab, just max attack, max special defense, Adamant. For HP I just want to have, you know, these bulk, good attack set. I just need special. I need to take special hits, not physical hits, from Slowking, from Aromatisse. That's pretty much all I want to take. So that's gonna be the team. That's a pretty long team analysis thing. I don't know why it was so long, but it happened. So I'm gonna pause and we'll get right into the game. Okay, so we're at the game, and as you can see, Dom decided to bring P2, Lando T, Megaladios, Magneton, Slowking, and Scolipede. So no Cobalion, which is nice. Main things that are cool not to see are Aromatisse and Blaziken though. I think I could deal with Cobalion unless I let it set up, in which case that could be bad. But Blaziken is a big threat, especially if he's mixed with HPIs. He could, you know, if he predicts correctly between Keldeo and Mens as my potential switch-ins, that could end up badly for sure. And Aromatisse just means that not being there just means I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to, you know, have it be a switch into my Froslass. So if you look at his team, there's only one thing that stops Froslass, and that is P2. So I'm gonna lead off with my Mens, expecting either Lando T or Scolipede as leads. I'm fine with either of them. Yeah, maybe he wants to pass or just set up hazards. Scolipede, maybe he just wants to get rocks or just U-turn with Lando, and I'm fine with either of them. So gonna lead with Mens, and he's gonna lead off with Magneton. He's not gonna stay in. There's no way he's staying in with a Magneton in Settlement. So turn 1, I'm gonna click Toxic instead of predicting P2 to come in. That works out perfectly. So he gets the Intimidate off. I get Toxic off, and immediately P2 is neutered. Is that a word? I don't know. Immediately P2 is not a threat anymore, and I can just switch out into my Golurk. You know, I don't care what he wants to do. I can shoot an Ice Beam, I can outspeed him, and it's gonna be fine. I can get my Rocks here. So he goes for T-Wave, perfect. I can get my Rocks. They're probably gonna be here to stay since Megaladios is unlikely to be a Defogger. He goes for the Ice Beam. That does less than half because Golurk is just such a monster. And I'm just gonna click the Dynamic Punch button here. Depending on his spread, I might kill him, but I obviously don't because P2 is a monster. But he's not gonna hit himself. He's gonna go for T-Wave, expecting me to switch, probably into like Keldeo or something of the sort. But I do not do that. And P2 goes down. That's a kill for Silence because of Toxic. Now, he's using Scolipede. He does Aqua Tail or he's just trying to pass. I'm gonna say and click Earthquake because otherwise he can't touch me if he doesn't have Aqua Tail. So just going Earthquake. He goes for Protect. He goes for Sub. I go for Earthquake again. And I think now is probably the time where he wants to pass, and the only things he can take Earthquakes on his team are weak to Ice. So I'm gonna click the fucking Ice Punch button. He's gonna Baton Pass, he's gonna go into Lando T, he's gonna get the Intimidate off, and he's gonna get fucking Ice Punch to the face and get plopped on his head. Lando T goes down. That was a huge prediction. I had no reason not to click Ice Punch there, honestly, so yeah, that was a decent play. So he's gonna go to Slowking. I'm just gonna click Earthquake, get some damage off. That's 42%, that's very nice. Slowking, yeah, Slowking goes for Surf, Golurk goes down, but now I can just bring in Froslass. And something's about to fucking drop. And that something's gonna be Slowking. That thing is down. Froslass gets first kill of the season. He was on Scolipede. I'm gonna pause because I make a misplay here. I should 100% stay in here because he can't touch me. He has revealed Sub, Swords Dance. Wait, no, he's Sub, Protect, Baton Pass, sorry. He's not gonna have Rock Slide as only attacking move. That's the only way he can touch Froslass. And he's not gonna Oko Froslass in any way, shape, or form. So there's no way that he is Mono Rock Slide when I have Jirachi, when I have Keldeo, Golurk, etc, etc. It just isn't happening. So I should 100% stay in here and just click Shadow Ball. I have no reason not to, but I made the safe play, quote unquote, and go into Mens, just get the Intimidate off, and you know, not worry about Scolipede at all. He gets a speed boost as he goes for Protect, and I'm just gonna go for Dragon Pulse as his only attacking move is Earthquake, so that's pretty nifty. I'm gonna knock him over with a Dragon Pulse, and that's a second kill with Salamence. He was on Magneton, and I'm just gonna say and see what set he is. Just fire off a Fire Blast. He reveals to be Scarf from that damage, and go into his Latios. Thankfully, I'm going to hit the Froslass, which is going to tell me that he is in fact offensive Latios, so I don't have to worry about my Jirachi not breaking his sub if he's Fizz Def with Iron Head, because Iron Head doesn't break the sub with Fizz Def Latios, which is silly. So I'm going to Jirachi's, play the safe game, and he's going to sub a Dragon Dance, but thankfully I am a max HP Jirachi, so I can take a +1 Earthquake, I can T-Wave him, and everything will be fine. So, yeah, Latios is paralyzed. I'm just going to go for the Iron Head, get some damage off, maybe flinch him, do flinch him, that's nice. That's a nice bonus. I'm just going to go for another Iron Head out of U-turn the next turn, but I don't get a flinch, which I don't care. He's going to knock me with the Earthquake, and now I can just bring in Felicia again. I can click Shadow Ball again, and Latios goes down to Froslass, because Froslass is clearly the superior Pokemon. So, he was in Magneton, and I'm just going to confirm that he is Scarf right here by staying in, shoot a Thunderbolt, go for Shadow Ball, hopefully kill him, don't kill him. So I have to go in with Skuntank. I don't have to, but I want to preserve differential here and go into Skuntank. Even a crit Scarf Analytic T-Bolt doesn't kill me, so I'm just going to go into Skuntank, go for the Sucker Punch, and knock him out, and that will be the game against Dom. That was 20 turns. That was a very, very fast-paced game, and yes, Team Nuts was twice as long as the goddamn battle, because I fucking can. So, hey, GG Dom. As per usual, links will be in the description below. Feel free to check him out and watch his side of the battle. So, we are now 4-0 with +12, which is nice. I think we're at the top of our division. I could be wrong. I don't think everyone has played at this point because people are busy as fuck. But yeah, we're 4-0. That's pretty nice. Keldeo hasn't seen the field this match, which was kind of sad because it's my current kill leader with 6 kills. Maybe Froslass can catch up. Yeah, that's that. Next week we're up against King Bob and his Munchlaxer United, unless anything happens in that regard, because he couldn't play his game against Will. He had my buddy Gypsy King play for him. I hope that doesn't happen because I kind of don't want to lose, and if I play Gypsy I'm definitely gonna lose, so we'll see how that works. But yeah, that should be a fun game. I have a cool set against him that's gonna put in a ton of work hopefully, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some newts. I will appreciate all 3 of this, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.